Okay, this is a picture of a light in my room, and you can see a big orb that is in various colors of light coming from it. And I'm just going to show you a series of pictures. This is also from that same light, and you can see the orbs and the rays of light that travel through the orbs in this one. Here's a couple of strange looking orbs, and here's the light from a different angle. You see it makes these big orbs, the light that comes out. When they first come out, they're kind of teardrop shaped, and then they turn into an orb that's round. I saw this this shaft of light, and I thought, I'm going to travel down that with my camera and see if I can get it to show me an orb around it, which it did. And there it is. Here's another. And there's a lot of pink coming from the light in this particular one. You can see my clock in the background there. Shows up better here. It was 7:43 last night. I kind of jiggled my hand a bit, and that's why this blurred. But you see, out of the light come orbs. Big ones, little ones. Rays that are just shafts of light that shine through the orbs. Look at all the color that's in those bigger orbs there. This might not show up, I'm seeing it, but I don't know if the camera's going to catch this. But there's bigger orbs. A lot of purple in this one from the light. Sometimes I'm just taking a picture of the light. This is grainy, and that's because I had to put lightener on the fix the picture option you have. You can add more light to the picture. And it was in the dark so bad, so I had to add light to these next few because I took them in a dark room and that I just didn't have enough light. But some of them are enough in the light that there's no need to add any more light to the photo. Lots of strange orbs. This one has something I call the creature. I call him Harry. He looks like a little hairy, leggy thing. He shows up a lot. Lots of little dark spots show up. Look at that one. That's very interesting. I showed this video similar to this, not this one, to my daughter, and she said, well, it's very beautiful. She didn't think it was interesting that she thinks that just looking through marbles, one just sees all this color. And I'm not even really looking through the marble. I'm looking at a shiny part on the marble that captures the light. Look at this one. It has some kind of little long curvy thing. I don't know what in the world that is. There's Harry again. Bring this more down. They're all just so colorful, and they're just so plentiful. They're all over the place. And I know they have to be showing me something that's invisible to our normal eye. Maybe they're fields of activity of the kind of invisible things that travel around in all of our rooms and buildings and things that carry information. Maybe light carries information and it has certain patterns that it looks like. I'm just going to in a very quick way, take you through some of the videos, pictures that I've taken. This one has this weird little thing in it. I don't know what that is. But I do know that in the background of this one, I have a closet door. The door isn't there, but there's a little beady kind of, oh, I got out of it. There's a beady kind of curtain, and you can see some of that in this picture, but not real often does the background show through in the orb. Look at that one and that one, beautiful circle there. I'm not going to say very much about them because what I say doesn't make any sense anyway, because I don't know what I'm looking at. If anyone has any explanation that they think they know what I'm capturing here, I would love to hear from you. Okay, now this is not a glint off of the glass bead. This is my curtain that has some little sparkly things in it that look like stars in a way when the light shines on them. And so I took the picture of them real close up, and they're shaped like an orb too. Here's several. And look at this one. You can't really see it, but there's an orb. This is inside of a roundness that goes off into the black. I can see it, but it doesn't show up on my on this video I'm making. But this was on the curtain. This wasn't from the glass. It was just from the curtain shiny spot. Another from the curtain. That's not very distinct, but that was from the curtain, and so was that. Now back to the orbs from the glass. Now you see how this is shaped like a pentagon? When you have your camera not quite as close up to the orb, you will have this shape appear. I went outside the other day to see if I could capture orbs just as well out there, and I did. And there's a few, the next few pictures will be outdoor pictures of them. And I thought, what fun I could have if I were doing this with someone. I could take a picture of them and have them enveloped in an orb, or have an orb sitting on top of their head, or they could stretch out their hand and I could make it look like they're holding an orb. I could do that, and I'm gonna. And this is a picture of the sun. See all the orbs? I just shot my cat. You know, people won't take a picture of the sun ordinarily because they think, oh no, you know, I don't want to get the glare. But we need to start taking pictures of the sun. It's doing some amazing things. And look at all the orb activity around the sun. Look at those colors that are in that. And this is not looking through the glass at all. This pink thing is something my camera does, so pay no attention to that. It always makes that. Look at this one I captured near the ground in a bush. And here's some more. I'll run through them. This one's very colorful. See? That little orb showing up right there. Very colorful. Oh dear. Okay. More orbs. Now when you take them outside and there's a lot of light, it's not like being in my dark room. You see through the orb what's on the other side, the grass and everything. Sometimes in my room you see a little bit of what's on my wall through the orb. This is a beautiful shot of the sun shining through the tree, and you see there's orbs in this too. And there's a usual pink spot. There it is again. Pay no attention to that, but do pay attention to this orb moving right here. Isn't that unusual? Once these orbs come out from whatever source they're coming from, the sun or a lamp or light in your room, it's like the orbs take on an activity of their own at their own discretion. It's like they're little entities that are alive, and they're all around us. And I think we need to become more acquainted with what they are and how to communicate with them. This is another shot of the sun. And you see there's an orb coming from the sun that's got the pentagon shape. And some of them, they zoom around and make this tube-like structure that makes it look like a wormhole. More from the sun. Now everybody will go out there and take pictures of the sun. Actually, this is the sun right here making these orbs, and this is my glass marble thing. And the marble thing just does a little focusing of the sun on a certain spot so my pictures show up better. This is another one of the sun. And see all the little pentagon-shaped orbs and the shaft-shaped orbs, but they're subject to change. They come out as a shaft and then they turn into a round orb or a pentagon-shaped one. And look at this one. I think that is so good. This is a little portion here of the marble, and the sun is shining right here back of the marble. I think the actual sun was right there in the sky. But look what it did. It made this orb come out and show all its color and be on sort of on its side. More pictures of the sun. Okay, my flowers, let me get past this. Okay, I was aiming the camera to get orbs in my flower bed, and I got these. Okay, these orbs, some of them are without a lot of color. Oh, that's the sky that day. There's more of the sun and my pink spot. These orbs, I made this indoors. This is something I made. It's a little bunch of marbles that I put into the shape of the flower of life. And with the light shining down on these, they just make white orbs. They're not big. I'm not getting much color. I'll show you some of the pictures from them. See, that's the center of the flower of life pattern that I had made with these marbles. They do have strange little things in them as well. Not so much color though. That's what I was taking a picture of right there. It's an arrangement of marbles, and there's 91. I've read somewhere that there are 91 universes in the cosmos. Don't know how true that is, but it takes 91 to make the flower of life. There's another picture of me holding it. Okay, that was the end. Oh, I come to the end, and I'm only at 13 minutes. So let me go to another video. Show you some more light pictures. I think I've already shown you this one. I merged some of my pictures together. And wow, that's the same one. Well, oh, I see, I'm in the same folder. I need to go to other folders. No wonder the pictures were looking alike. I made an orb movie that showed a lot of activity because I didn't have the camera stationed in it still. See if I can come, oh, here's a movie. See what this movie's of. This is kind of interesting. Come on. There, make it your big. Okay. See all this activity? I will tell you what I am getting this activity from looking through with my camera. And it's this thing. It's just hot glue. You can see through hot glue. And it is a medium for capturing activity of the light. And you see they're in the little pentagon shape. And this is not what I see through this with my eyes. I see all kinds of patterns that I can't even describe to you. But this is what the camera sees. I could draw pictures of them, and maybe I will someday, of what my eyes see, because it is amazing. And it's hard to even describe in words. This here is unusual enough in itself. I think I missed my calling in life. I should have been a researcher. Okay, 16 minutes. Let's see what else I can show you. Okay. This is a still picture of an orb. I've got all the controls set up so that the camera doesn't move and the marble doesn't move that I'm capturing the light off of, and the light source stays in the same place. And when you do this, you don't get the movements inside the orb as rapidly. There are movements in there. I've looked at these for like 10 minutes straight, but I'm not going to subject you to that. But the light does move around just much slower. But now, when I'm holding the camera in my hand and I'm going along the spectrum of the light, there's much movement and pulsing and everything. It looks like living creatures of light. But then I was thinking that probably the reason that you see more activity when you're holding the camera instead of having it mounted is because you are moving the camera, of course. But there's a point to be made about that, because we, as viewing light, are the instrumentality through which light gets its motion. We give it its motion with how we look at it, how we perceive it, how we think about it. Even our cameras give it motion because, you know, we can move them about. But when you get everything perfectly still, that orb stays pretty much still. So I have several videos of just a still orb, but in one that you'll find on my YouTube channel, it shows a lot of activity going on in it, even though it's still the whole time of the video. So you're tired of looking at that one, probably. I think I'll probably just about come to the place where I'm going to end this now. Okay, I'm going to end it now because I'm all messed up here about where I am.